Somewhere in the forests of North America, specifically in the dense woodlands of the eastern United States and parts of Canada, something very small and very strange just hatched. Not from an egg in a nest, not from a cocoon on a branch. You hatched from an egg your mother laid in a crack in the bark of a tree, surrounded by dozens of your brothers and sisters, none of whom you will ever meet. Because the moment you hatched, you were already on your own. You are a wasp mantidfly. And before you feel good about that name, wasp, mantis, fly, all in one creature, let me explain exactly what your life is going to look like. You are a larva, tiny, almost invisible, crawling through leaf litter and bark on 6 desperate legs. You have one job right now and one job only. Find a spider. Not to eat the spider, not to fight the spider. You need to climb onto the spider and hide in his fur and wait for weeks without being noticed. Because you are not going to eat the spider. You are going to wait until the spider lays its egg sac, that silk-wrapped bundle of hundreds of eggs, and then you are going to climb inside it. And that is where your real meal begins. Finding the right spider takes time. You wander, you search, you climb onto the wrong spider twice and have to escape before being eaten. The third spider is larger, slower. You grab onto its leg and hold on. It tries to shake you off. You hold tighter. You are now a passenger on a creature that would eat you without hesitation if it ever found you. Days pass. You stay hidden in the spider's fur, not eating, barely moving, waiting. The spider goes about its life, spinning, hunting, moving through its territory, completely unaware that you exist. Then one morning, the spider begins to spin its egg sac. You feel the silk moving around you. You wait until the sac is nearly complete, and then you move. You enter the egg sac. You are surrounded by hundreds of spider eggs. You begin to eat. But you are not alone in here. Another larva, one of your own kind, has had the same idea, and the egg sac is not big enough for both of you. What happens next is not pleasant. You fight. It is a slow, blind, chemical battle between 2 larvae in a sealed silk room. One of you will survive. One will not. You survive. 5 weeks pass inside the egg sac. You eat, you grow, you change. This is metamorphosis, your body breaking itself down and rebuilding into something completely different. When you finally cut your way out of the egg sac, you are no longer a larva. You are something that looks, at first glance, exactly like a wasp. Yellow and black stripes, wings, a narrow waist, the whole disguise. But look closer. Your front legs are not wasp legs. They are bent, angled, held up in front of your body like a praying mantis. You are a wasp on the outside and a mantis on the inside, and neither species is happy about this arrangement. You take your first steps on the bark of a tree and immediately almost fall off. Your wings work, technically. Getting them to work in the right direction at the right time takes practice you do not have time for, because there are ants everywhere, and ants are very interested in you. You launch yourself off the branch. You fly. Badly at first, spinning slightly, overcorrecting, nearly crashing into a leaf, but you get airborne. You stay airborne. Now you need to eat. Real food this time, not spider eggs. You need to hunt. Here is the problem. Hunting is hard. You try to catch a fly. It escapes. You try to catch a small moth. It escapes. You try 3 more times. Each time, the prey either sees you coming or is simply faster. You discover something important about yourself. You are better at stealing than hunting. Other predators, other wasps, other insects sometimes leave their catches unattended for a moment. You learn to watch, to wait, to move in fast when the coast is clear, and take what someone else caught. It is not heroic, but you eat. Your yellow and black striping is not decoration. It is a message. Every predator that has learned through painful experience that wasps sting reads your body as a warning. Do not eat this. You are not actually a wasp. You cannot sting. But as long as no one looks too closely, the disguise holds. A bird sees you, turns away. A lizard approaches, reconsiders, leaves. You walk through situations that would kill an unprotected insect your size simply because you look like something dangerous. The problem is that real wasps also see you, and real wasps know you are not one of them. They can smell the difference. When a real wasp gets too close, you have to move fast, because a wasp that identifies you as an imposter is a wasp that attacks. You have a territory now, a section of forest floor and low vegetation where you hunt, steal, and rest. Another wasp mantidfly has moved into the edge of it. You face each other on a leaf. Both of you raise your front mantis arms. Both of you hold perfectly still. This standoff lasts longer than it should, because neither of you is entirely sure what to do next. Eventually, one of you backs down. This time, it is the other one. You hold your territory. For now. Mating is complicated when you look like a wasp but are not a wasp, and most things that approach you either want to eat you or are fleeing from you. You find a mate eventually, another wasp mantidfly, properly identified by scent and by the very specific way it moves. The courtship is brief. There is no time for anything longer. Then a bird strikes, fast, from above, no warning. You scatter in different directions. You survive by landing on the underside of a leaf and holding completely still for 11 minutes. When you finally move again, your mate is gone. You find a spermatophore, a packet of genetic material left by a male on a leaf surface. You use it. Your body begins producing eggs. Now you need to find the right place to lay them. A crack in tree bark, a sheltered corner, somewhere the eggs will be safe long enough to hatch into the next generation of tiny lost larvae who will also need to find a spider and climb aboard and wait and fight and transform. You lay your eggs, dozens of them. You will not see them hatch. You have been alive for 4.5 months. You have survived a spider, a silk sac, a larval battle, metamorphosis, ants, failed hunts, a territorial rival, a bird strike, and the constant daily danger of being a small, soft creature in a world full of things that eat small, soft creatures. One afternoon, a wasp finds you on a flower, a real wasp this time. It identifies you correctly. It does not hesitate. Your disguise, which has saved your life dozens of times, does not save it this time. But somewhere, in the bark of a nearby tree, in a crack you found 3 days ago, your eggs are waiting. The wasp mantidfly is not done yet. That's the life of a wasp mantidfly. Part wasp, part mantis, entirely on its own from the first second. If you made it to the end, you already have more survival instinct than most insects. Hit subscribe. Next time, we're finding something even stranger. See you there.